To press the start recording, or do you want to?
Oh, I just did.
Okay.
The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello, and welcome to this presentation on work-life balance brought to you by Lovelace Health Plan. My name's Lori Bennison, and I am a wellness coach for the health plan. Before we get started, we do have a few housekeeping rules to go over. If you have any questions, you can email us at healthysteps@lovelace.com. We are in listen-only mode. If you experience a delay in the slides or scratchiness on the line, it's usually due to weather patterns that resolve themselves relatively quickly. If you do get disconnected, don't panic, just simply call back in. This presentation will last approximately 15 to 20 minutes, and your feedback is really important to us, so please take a moment to complete the evaluation that you'll receive at the end of this presentation. For your information, the webinar will be recorded and will be available for future reference at www.lovelacehealthplan.com, the Healthy Steps site. So today we're going to learn the framework that offers a foundation for creating a meaningful life, rich in work and family. Here's what we'll be learning. First, we'll take a quiz to see if we could change some or evaluate work and family balance. If you answer yes to any of the questions, you might benefit from some of the steps that follow. So you'll need a pen and a piece of paper. We'll also talk about what factors contribute to conflict and overload. We'll discuss strategies to find balance in our lives, a little bit about how to manage workplace stress and what causes it, and also some additional resources. So sit back and relax, and we'll learn the basics. So here are the questions. Do you often feel overwhelmed? Does everything seem like a priority to you? Do you have goals for your work, family, and personal life? Do you use a calendar, a day timer to plan your week? Do you have trouble saying no to requests of your time? Are you realistic about what you can accomplish each day? Are you a perfectionist? Do you make time to relax every day? Do you get enough sleep? Are you eating a balanced diet? Is it hard for you to delegate responsibilities and work? Is it hard for you to focus on work when you're at work and on your family when you're at home? Do you have fun and laugh each day? Do you have trouble finding important items at home or work? And do you have a plan for emergencies that you typically experience? So if you answered yes to any of these questions, as I said, you might be able to benefit from the information that follows. For myself, for example, I have a really hard time turning my mind off at night to sleep because I think of something at work that I may have forgotten or something that I need to remember to do the next day. Since this happens to me often, rather than lying awake at night and ruminating about it, I started writing things down on a small notepad that I keep beside my bed so I can just let it go. And then I've also found that going to an exercise class at noon helps me to get through the afternoon and helps me to generate better ideas and more creativeness. For instance, the other day I was trying to think of a catchy slogan for a poster that we were designing for our clients, and just couldn't come up with anything. Nothing sounded right. So I went to my spin class at noon that day, and that afternoon a catchy slogan just popped into my mind and the problem was resolved. Also think about the emergencies that you're experiencing. This might seem minor, but this constantly stresses me out. For example, each time someone forgets to shut the gate, the dog runs out, and it's stressful to have to chase him all over the neighborhood. So I put a plan in place, and I got one of those spring-loaded gadgets that closes the fence closes the gate to the fence automatically, so it shuts by itself. So think about what you might be able to do now that you've answered all the questions. You can kind of see what areas you might need to balance or improve. So we'll review 6 strategies you can apply to your situation. So first off, start with a plan. Imagine that you're hiking through the woods with no trail or map. Most of your time would be spent going in circles with little hope of finding your way out. It helps to have a plan or goal. Goals are important in our lives, and they help us define how we use our time. Goals are shown in statements like, I want to be a store manager by the time I'm 35, or I want to finish my college degree before I have children. Our values underlie our goals and give us the push to move toward achieving those goals. The values underlying these two goal statements might include a high regard for achievement and education. Goals can either be concrete, like the two examples above, or relational, such as raising responsible children, building supportive friendships, or cultivating a deeper understanding of ourselves. To each role's strain, we can choose to put some goals on hold, let go of some, and modify others. Perceptions, attitudes, and expectations are also important in understanding and addressing work-family issues. Expectations, perceptions, and attitudes often take the form of assumptions about the way things ought to be done or the way we expect people to behave. These usually come from our values and may be harder to identify than our goals. Attitudes and expectations that don't fit with our needs today can also create conflict and stress. Many of us have high expectations about being everything to everybody, performing all of our roles well, or being perfect. Frequently, supermen or superwomen burn out or feel exhausted, irritable, and angry. We can think about our attitudes and expectations and choose to change or modify those that no longer support us. So 6 strategies for finding balance. First off, build a team. You'll need a team both at home and at work. At home, let everyone know what the plan is and how it will run. Let them know what part they have in the plan. Ask them about their plan and what role you play. Talk about what you'll do when you reach certain milestones, like maybe have a celebration, or what you'll do when things go bad. Practice your plan with your teammates on a regular basis so everyone still knows what the plan is and can contribute in the most effective way. For example, your husband may be able to pick up the kids or the dry cleaning on the way home. Your children can establish a routine on household chores. At work, if you're already working as a team, do not take any more than you can handle. Can you delegate? Are you able to say no? Can you talk to your supervisor? Also, many times if you're feeling overwhelmed, we're afraid of asking for help. We don't want to appear weak or that we can't handle it. But please ask if you need it. You might say something like, in the past I've been able to do this, that, and the other, but in order to be more effective and less stress, I'm asking for assistance. Implement a schedule. Humans are creatures of habit and we tend to love schedules. Effective families have a number of traits and a consistent schedule is usually one of them. Chaos is not effective and does not promote balance. Use visual reminders at home so that the family knows about the schedule. Laminated poster board works well so that everyone sees what everyone else is doing and what the family events will be. Too many family events such as sports, community activities, or chores, consider limiting activities or outsourcing or delegating chores to others. And use the concept of family meetings. Weekly works well for most so that everyone can check in. In my family, we have dinner together every night of the week. The family dinner is a very important time for everyone to reconnect and express themselves. So keep work at work. This is a really difficult one for most of us. We call weekends family days for that very reason, to remind us that family is the most important thing on the weekend. When you're at home, disconnect completely from work. That means turn off your BlackBerry and or the computer. Give your whole attention to your spouse and your kids. Spend time with friends and family. And do something for yourself, like go to the gym or read a book. Time away from work should be spent on loved ones and doing things that bring you joy. This is a great time for you to nourish yourself. Like I said, read a book, take a class, work out, plan an outing, get a massage, or just relax. And keep home at home. If you worry about your home situation while you're working, your productivity will be significantly reduced. What can you do to help with the stresses at home? Refer back to your teams. Expand the size of the team so that you have more flexibility to do what you need to. You might enlist the help of a relative, a spouse, an ex-spouse, a neighbor, a trusted friend to cover those little emergencies that come up with a home and children. Another option is to hire an assistant at the office that can cover for you and be there to handle little emergencies. Have backup plans for when the sitter is sick or the daycare center won't take your child because they have a fever. And use a time management system. Setting priorities is central to effective time management. Managing work in a household, finding time for family activities and friendships, and having time just for us is no easy task with multiple responsibilities and roles. When we account for all that we need to do in a day, many adults have 1 or 2 hours at most for leisure time. But often those leisure times are spent doing what we think needs to be done instead of what we want to do. Even when we're efficient in using our time, we may not be effective. We do things right, but we don't necessarily do the right things. Often we don't plan and schedule activities that move us toward our goals, especially those goals that aren't concrete. Goals that focus on the development of people, our relational goals, may be harder to have to master activity plans for because they're day-to-day processes that are harder to identify and schedule. Here is one way to manage time differently. First, we define our goals, and then we ask ourselves these questions. How do my expectations either foster or interfere with reaching my goals? Am I balancing my concrete or material goals with my relational or people goals? How will I know when I have reached these goals? What do I need to do today to reach these goals? So letting go and understanding control. The last area to think about is what it means to be in control. Many times we feel we have more control if we do everything ourselves. However, this can keep us from reaching our real goals. Think about delegating or dividing work to accomplish priority needs and wants. As we think about change in this area or act differently, we may encounter unknown values or unexpected perceptions or expectations about how work should get done and what work should get done. Even though we may want to reallocate home or work tasks, we find ourselves resistant, as if we stand to lose more than we gain. Understanding the emotional satisfaction we get from performing certain tasks and the power attached to some responsibilities are important aspects of effectively delegating and dividing tasks. Planning and communication are central to all change. Here are some other ideas to help balance work and family. Hold family meetings, keep weekly or monthly schedules that schedule time for both concrete and relational goals. Be willing to revise plans when they don't work and changes need to be made. Understand what we can control and what we can't, and keep a sense of humor. Remember that effective time management is not a static event, but it's a continually evolving process. And if you value your time, start delegating, saying no at work and in your personal life. Many times we are invited by coworkers, friends, family, etc. to go to an event like a jewelry party or a baby shower or a different meeting, and we find ourselves obligated to go. Don't feel obligated, just say no and send a gift later, or offer to order something if they bring in the catalog. If not, then just let people know that this is the time you have to spend with your family and they'll get the message. So our energy is definitely our most important resource. So it's important to manage your time to work more effectively. Ask for a flexible schedule at work if you need to, so that you'll have time to go to the gym, so physically you'll feel energized. Commit to a work mindset when you're at work. We talked about that. Keeping home at home and keeping work at work, and limit your distractions. It's hard to get stuff done when people are constantly coming up to your cubicles. Maybe you can use a fan for white noise or use headphones, and establish a process to stay more organized so you can lay your hands on what you're looking for when you need it. Again, commit to eating healthy so physically you're more energized, and delegate, 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 delegate. So workplace stress. Do you have a demanding boss or difficult coworkers, stacks of work to get done and not enough time? Everyone encounters job stress sooner or later, but that doesn't make it easier. There are many aspects of your work environment that you have no control over, but you can take action to manage stress so that work doesn't take a toll on your well-being. Your body releases greater amounts of a hormone, cortisol, in response to stress, stimulating an increased appetite for high-fat, high-sugar foods and increasing fat storage in the abdomen. A study of workers coping with corporate restructuring and layoffs revealed that chronic job stress led to weight gain. Not surprisingly, consumption of high-fat, high-calorie vending machine snacks went way up during the most stressful periods. Research also shows that intense job stress is an independent risk factor for high blood pressure at work, home, and even while sleeping. Mindfulness is a way of zeroing in on the here and now instead of ruminating over the past, mulling over the future, or doing several things at once. Give your full attention to the task at hand, whether it's a call, a meeting, or a project. Scrolling through your messages while on a phone conference may feel productive in the long run. Multitasking will only add to your stress and drain your energy. Get to know your coworkers by asking about their weekends, inviting their opinions, and eating lunch together. Coworkers' relationships make the workplace more pleasant for everyone, and studies even show that a positive outlook is contagious. Offer genuine compliments. Smile frequently. It'll boost your own mood and encourage those around you to lighten up. Miscommunication is the root to many workplace conflicts. Make sure you clarify details and expectations for every job task. Check for understanding if you are the one dishing out the assignments. So here are some stress busters. The first one is stretching. You might try clasping your hands behind your neck. Gently lean to one side and feel the stretch on the opposite. Hold for 5 seconds and then switch sides. Try reaching your arms behind your back and clasp your hands. Lift the arms up until you feel a stretch in the front of your shoulders and chest, and hold and breathe for 10 seconds. You can try shrugging your shoulders up towards your ears. Hold and then release so that the shoulders drop up and down and towards the floor. Repeat this several times. Lots of benefits to doing this. It helps to relax tense muscles, gives you a greater sense of well-being for doing something that's good for yourself. It helps improve circulations to the muscles and joints, so you're less likely to get repetitive stress injury. It increases circulation and delivers nutrients to the cells so that all parts of the body stay healthy. And it also helps to remove waste products. If we sit still our day, our lymph system doesn't work very good. It requires muscular contractions to move lymph around our body. It also provides relief from pain. If you're just sitting all day, it's important to get up and move. They have a recommendation of sitting for 60 minutes and moving for 3. So rather than sending an email, get up and go talk to somebody, or get up and make copies. Just get out of your chair once every hour at least. And you'll feel more energized if you do. So the second stress-busting technique is, I would say the quickest and easiest way to trigger a relaxation response is by deep breathing. Deep breathing can increase your energy level and help turn off racing thoughts. Deep breathing also releases endorphins, our body's natural painkillers, into the system. This can help relieve general aches and pains, as well as help ease problems with sleepiness. Deep breathing also relaxes muscles, a major cause of neck, back, and stomach pains. You can greatly enhance your health and decrease stress simply by breathing deeply throughout your day. Remember these simple steps to help you breathe deeply. Inhale slowly and completely, letting your abdomen expand like a balloon. Then let the abdomen fall as you exhale slowly, letting go of old stale air. Repeat breathing and exhaling slowly and fully. You might try starting with 20 breaths and working your way up to a couple of hundred. Progressive muscle relaxation. Deep muscle relaxation is a process of tensing and then relaxing individual muscle groups. Through deep muscle relaxation, you'll learn how each group of muscles feels in the tense and relaxed states. By recognizing muscle tension and knowing how to decrease it, it will also help decrease the harmful effects of stress on the body. Progressive muscle relaxation can be done in a sitting position or lying down. Focus your attention on each muscle group and the breaths that you take. Try to block out surrounding noises or commotion. Practice progressive muscle relaxation at least twice a day and isolate problem areas several times a day. Start with the feet and lower legs and work your way up to the head and face. Isolate each muscle group by flexing and holding that body part. Hold and breathe for 10 seconds, and then release the contraction and allow the muscle to completely relax. Feel the warmth and heaviness in the muscle and breathe deeply. You might also try giving yourself a little bit of self-massage. There's lots of benefits of massage. It enhances immunity, pumps oxygen and nutrients into the tissues and vital organs, improves circulation, and relaxes and softens injured, tired, and overused muscles. Also helps to release endorphins, amino acids that work as the body's natural painkiller, can even help relieve migraine pain. Stress buster number 3. It's well known that exercise helps to alleviate stress. In fact, the American Council on Exercise reminds Americans that one of the most effective methods of stress relief is exercise. The National Heart, Lung, and Blood Association endorses exercise as a way to reduce stress and recommends cardiovascular exercise that elevates the heart rate for 15 to 30 minutes 3 to 4 times per week. Be sure to check with your doctor first if you have not been exercising regularly. Physically, exercise improves your cardiovascular function by strengthening and enlarging the heart, causing greater elasticity of the blood vessels, increasing oxygen throughout your body, and lowering your blood levels of fat such as cholesterol and triglycerides. In addition to reducing stress, exercising also decreases the chance of developing heart conditions, strokes, or high blood pressure. Mentally, exercise provides an outlet for negative emotions such as frustration, anger, and irritability, promoting a more positive mood and outlook. Exercise improves mood by producing positive biochemical changes in the body and brain. Regular exercise reduces the amount of adrenal hormones your body releases in response to stress. Also, with exercise, your body releases greater amounts of endorphins, the powerful pain-relieving, mood-elevating chemicals in the brain. Depressed people often lack these neurochemicals. Endorphins are natural painkillers and also help to lift your mood. While different forms of exercise have different benefits, there's no one best exercise for stress relief. It all depends on your individual skills and interests. Determine whether you prefer exercising alone or doing activities with others. If the exercise is too easy, you'll get bored, and if it's too strenuous, you'll feel more anxious and stressed. The key is to discovering what works best for you and finding the right balance. Most importantly, choose activities that you enjoy and that are available and feasible for you to do regularly. Think of exercising as a form of self-care instead of a burden or unpleasant task can assist you in establishing a permanent place for fitness in your life. Exercise is a great way to ease your tension, release anxieties, clear your mind, and keep your systems functioning properly. After a short time of consistent exercise, you'll feel so much better, and you'll wonder what took you so long to get started. You'll enjoy it. So this concludes our presentation on work-life balance. Thank you very much for joining us today. Again, if you do have any questions, you can email us at healthysteps@lovelace.com. And also I wanted to remind you to complete the survey that you'll receive about 90 minutes after this presentation ends. We do have some additional resources that Lovelace members are available to Lovelace members complimentary. We have a healthy weight program. It's a 10-week telephone counseling program. We also have a HealthWise knowledge base, so you can, if you have questions about symptoms or certain health conditions, you can go on and research that database and get some trusted information there. There's also a number of online coaching programs, so if you want coaching to help you quit smoking or lose weight or get started on an exercise program, you can go on to our website and engage in the online coaching. And then remember that we also have wellness discounts for our Lovelace Health Plan members. You can go onto our website to the Choose Healthy portion of the site and put in your zip code, and it will you can put in whether you're looking for fitness centers or nutrition support or fitness equipment, acupuncture, massage, that kind of stuff, and it'll tell you the participating the people who are participating in the area. And we do have monthly webinars. Our next upcoming webinar is called Manage Stress Before It Manages You. It's going to be on Wednesday, November 28th at noon. And then remember, all of the benefits that I just described above you can access at www.lovelace.com. lovelacehealthplan.com. Just click on the online member options and follow the login instructions for access to these fun and informative resources. Thank you very much for joining us today. Until next time.